Hello everyone and welcome to a TBR video for a readathon. This particular one is Trick-or-Treatathon. This one is on Discord. They also have an Instagram channel. If I am able to list the Discord in the description box, I will. Sometimes I can't, but I will definitely see. It depends on if you have like the, sometimes it has to be like the channel hosts are the only ones that are allowed to do it. But I will try to link the Discord, but at the very least, the Instagram channel for the Trick-or-Treatathon will be linked in the description box. So Trick-or-Treatathon takes place during the entire month of October. You are sorted into various teams. There's Team Candy, Team Fall, Team Monster, and I'm blanking on the other ones. But you are sorted into a team. I was sorted onto Team Monster. There are a total of 40 prompts, 40 prompts. Now, the goal of this is to build your own bingo card. You have two options. You have a small bingo card and a regular size bingo card. So the regular is a 5x5, right? Yes, is a 5x5. So five vertical, 5 horizontal. The small is a 3x3. That is the one that I am committing to. I would love to do the 5x5. I don't know if I can. So I am going with one that I know I can complete. And that's a 3x3 size. And then if I can, you're supposed to do one and then you can work on the other. So if you do the small one, you have to complete that small one before you venture into the regular size bingo card. That's my understanding of that. Now, that is what I'm planning to do. So hopefully I will complete the small bingo card and then I can start working on getting a couple of bingos off of the regular one. So you have 40 prompts to choose from. You pick the prompts that you want on your bingo card. So on the small one, I have selected to do prompts 33 through 40. Prompts do have a point system. So the prompts that I've selected, each prompt that is on my small bingo card are 20 points each if I complete the prompt. You also get additional points for the number of pages on the book if it reaches 500 pages or more. If you get a bingo, you get additional points. So 3 in a row, the whole, like a blackout, 4 corners type of a thing. The free space is 10 points. Because you don't need to read a book for that. So free space, if you read a book by an LGBT or a BIPOC author, or if it has a BIPOC, LGB, neurodivergent, or physically disabled character, you get additional points. If you read a book that is a host favorite, it is 15 points. So there are ways to get additional points. All right, so let's get into the prompts that I have picked, what the prompts are, and the book that I have selected. So again, I have picked prompts 33 through 40. So number 33 is party music. This is to read a book with a musician main character or music-based magic. So for this one, I am going with a musician main character, and that is The Girl with Stars in Her Eyes by Axelrod. Now you will see some of the books do have this. This book is actually on my Catwalk TBR for October, so I'm able to move these around. There are 2 books in the stack for this particular TBR that I've had to add that are not on my Catwalk TBR selection. But this is on my October Catwalk TBR. So The Girl with Stars in Her Eyes. Growing up in dive bars all along the East Coast, Toni Bennett's guitar was her only companion until she met Sebastian Quick. Seb was a little older, a lot wiser, and before long he was Toni's way out, promising they'd escape their stifling small town together. Then Seb turned 18 and split without looking back. Now Toni's all grown up and making a name for herself in Philadelphia's indie music scene. When a friend suggests she try out for a hot new up-and-coming band, Toni decides to take a chance. Strong, feminist, and fierce as fire, Toni B and the Lilies are the perfect match, except Seb's now moonlighting as their manager. Whatever. Toni can handle it, no problem. Or it wouldn't be if Seb still if Seb still didn't hold a piece of her heart, not to mention the key to her future. So a musician main character. So problem number 34 that I selected is You're a Monster. This is to read a book from a villain's point of view. So for this one, I am going to go with Hooked by Emily McIntire. I am really excited to get to this one. So it says, James has always had one agenda, destroy his enemy, Peter Michaels. When Peter's 20-year-old daughter, Wendy, shows up in James's bar, he sees his way in, seduce the girl, and use her for revenge. It's the perfect plan, until things in James's organization begin to crumble. Suddenly, he has to find the traitor in his midst, and his plan for revenge gets murkier as James starts to see Wendy as more than just a pawn in his game. Wendy has been cloistered away for most of her life by her cold, wealthy father, but a spontaneous night out with friends turns into an intense and addictive love affair with the dark and brooding James. As much as she knows James is dangerous, Wendy can't seem to shake her desire for him. But as the relationship grows more heated and she learns more about the world he moves in, she finds herself unsure if she's falling for the man known as James or the monster known as Hook. Now, you would think this is a Peter Pan retelling, that's what I thought, but there is an author's note at the beginning of this book that is actually not the case. It says this is a dark contemporary romance. It is an adult fractured fairy tale. It is not a fantasy or a retelling. The main character is a villain. So, villain's POV, this works. I am very excited this works. I really want to get to this. Okay. Moving on, so number 30, and I'm not going to tell you all 40 of the prompts, otherwise we'd be here for quite a while. I'm just telling you the ones that I picked for the small bingo board. Okay, let's see, 35 is festival food, and this is to read a book that has food on the cover. So for this one, this is on my Catwalk TBR, and this is Best Served Hot by Amanda Elliot. This is a romance, and it's an adult romance. By day, Julie Zimmerman works as an assistant. After hours, she's Julie Z Eats NYC, an online restaurant reviewer with more than 50,000 followers. As much as she loves her self-employed side gig, what Julie really wants is to be a critic at the New York Scroll. The only thing worse than the Scroll's rejection of her application is the fact that smarmy social media averse society boy Bennett Richard McAllister Wright snagged her dream job. While at a food festival, Julie confronts the annoyingly handsome Bennett about his outdated opinions on social media, and she posts the resulting video footage. Julie's follower count soars, and so does the Scroll's. Julie and Bennett grudgingly agree to partner up for a few reviews to further their buzz. Online buzz, obviously. Over tapas, burgers, and more, Julie and Bennett connect through their shared love of food. But when the competitive fire between them turns extra spicy, they'll have to decide how much heat their relationship can take. So, food on the cover, as you can see, they're both sitting at a table. He's got a plate of something, and she has a plate of what looks like spaghetti with meatballs in front of her. So, they're both eating. They're food bloggers, so that works. Number 36 is Witch. Witches, so you need to read a book that has witches or has a magic system. So for this one, I'm going for both of those. And this one is not on my Catwalk TBR, but I really want to continue rereading this series, and that is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So this is book number 3 in the Harry Potter series. And this one's the slipcase cover. So there's Hogwarts, the night bus, and then here is the hardback. This is going to be in the UK English edition. So it has the night bus on there. And then this does have a ribbon with it, as you can see right here. And the ribbon is the same color as the slipcase. So Harry Potter world. Parents died. So Harry's an orphan, sent to live with his aunt and uncle. They are neglectful and abusive of him. Verbally abusive, emotionally abusive. And he finds out that he is a wizard and goes to a magic school. Okay, moving on. Prompt number 37 is Things to Hide. This is to read a book where an author uses a pen name. This is the other one that is not on my October Catwalk TBR, but I still really want to get to this one. And I selected Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. Mira Grant is a pen name. Mira Grant is the pen name for Shannon McGuire. So the author's actual name is Shannon McGuire. Mira Grant's the pen name. This one says, 7 years ago, the Autogratus set off on a voyage to the Marina Trench to the Marina Trench to film a mockumentary bringing to life ancient sea creatures of legend. It was lost at sea with all hands. Some have called it a hoax, others have called it a tragedy. Now a crew has been assembled. Some seek to validate their life's work. Some seek the greatest hunt of all. Some seek truth. But for the ambitious young scientist Victoria Stewart, this is a voyage to uncover the fate of the sister she lost. There is a novella but that takes place before this one on the that takes place on the Autogratus, which is the one that disappeared, and I read that and loved that. So, and then this is the next one, and those are the only two books in that series. So a novella and then a standard novel, but I am excited to get back and see what happened post Autogratus. Okay. So prompt number 38 is face paint. This is to read a book that has a common color on the cover. So I did a Google search to see exactly what's a common color. Black is considered a common color. So this one I am going with Best Boy by Eli Gottlieb. This is the October selection for the Autism Reads. The description or the link to the Autism Reads Discord channel is always in the description box, but this is the selection for the October read. This one says, let's see. This is told through the first-person voice of Todd Aaron, a middle-aged autistic man whose rejiggered perceptions contain within them a deeply original intelligence. Living in a therapeutic community for autism since 11, Todd's daily life and routine are suddenly upended by the arrival of a menacing new staffer, a disruptive roommate, and a one-eyed new resident with romantic intentions. Undone by these pressures, Todd attempts to escape to return home to a childhood that now inhabits only his dreams. So, short, and again, that's the October selection for Autism Reads. Prompt number 34 is At Death's Door. This is to read a book that has the word death in the title. They are specifically looking for death, but they will accept dead or deadly, according to the Discord channel. I am going with Death, and that is Death in Dark Blue. And this is written by Julia Buckley. This is a cozy mystery. It is number 2 in the A Writer's Apprentice mystery series, but cozy mysteries you can generally read in any order. I personally recommend reading them in order because you do get little things and little character developments, but it's not the end-all be-all if you don't read them or if you read them out of order. So, but this is book number 2, and it says, things are beginning to go right for Lena. She's got a new job assisting suspense novelist and friend Camilla Graham. She lives rent-free in Camilla's beautiful Gothic house. She even has a handsome new boyfriend, Sam West. After being under attack by the media and his neighbors, Sam has recently been cleared of suspicion for murder. Journalists and townsfolk alike are remorseful, and one blogger would even like to apologize to him in person. But when she's found dead behind Sam's house, Lena must dodge paparazzi as she unravels the many mysteries that threaten to darken the skies of her little town and her newfound love with Sam. So, it's been a while since I've been in that world, so it'll be good to be back in that world. Okay, and the last prompt for this particular TBR is number 40, which is Kidnapped. This is to read a book that is set outside of the country that you live. I live in the United States. Or a book that has kidnapping. I am going with set outside of the country that I live. This one takes place in the UK. I'm guessing specifically Britain because it does say British in it. So... now I can't read the whole synopsis because the library sticker is covering a bit, but there's plenty of other places they could have put the barcode for the library. I wish they would have been more careful of that. So it's like, okay, so Sylvie Fairchild is the main female. This is an adult romance. Sylvie Fairchild is a baker. She was on a baking show called Operation Cake, and that took place 4 years ago. It looks like there's a judge that didn't like her, and his name was Dominic Devere, and he is the main male lead in this. Okay, now I can read the rest of the synopsis. It says, when Sylvie's unicorn cake, and this is still talking about her time on Operation Cake. So when Sylvie's unicorn cake went spectacularly sideways, Dominic was quick to vote her off the show. Since then, Sylvie has used her fame to fulfill her dream of opening a bakery. The toast of Instagram, Sugar Fair, has captured the attention of the Operation Cake producers and a princess. Dominic is His Majesty the King's favorite baker and a veritable British institution. He's brilliant, talented, hardworking, and an icy, starchy grouch. Learning that Sylvie will be joining him on the Operation Cake judging panel is enough to make the famously dour baker even more grim. Her fantastical baking is only slightly more troublesome than the fact that he can't stop thinking about her pink streaked hair and irresistible dimple. When Dominic and Sylvie learn they will be fighting for the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to bake a cake for the upcoming wedding of Princess Rose, the flower begins to fly as they fight to come out on top. It does say this is in New Zealand, so maybe, or no, the author lives in New Zealand. So maybe it takes place in New Zealand. All I know is if there's royalty involved, unless it's a reimagining of the United States, it is not in the United States. So generally if there's royalty involved, it does not take place in the United States. So that's it. Those are the books for my small TBR for the Trick-or-Treatathon. I'm pretty committed to get to these. I will prioritize these over the books, the rest of the books on my Catwalk TBR. I don't expect to ever get to all of the books that I select, but I will do my best to get as much read as I can. So let me know, are you participating in the Trick-or-Treatathon Readathon? And if you are, and if you have been sorted into your team, what team are you on? Again, I am on Team Mutzer, so I hope you are on my team. And either way, good luck to you if you are. So yes, let me know. Also, have you read any of these books or books by any of these authors? Talk to me in the comment section below. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book. And I'll talk to you later.